Welcome back to another virtual memory, and I've got myself another Sowhart right here in the palm of my hand.
Well, there are like 25 of me, so.
This one's particularly sweaty, and um, and we just thought we'd get back together for another podcast, rather dealio, and we thought we'd talk about a different topic that was only skimmed over last time. So we're gonna leave it with you now and go back to memory lane of what your YouTuber life was like.
Yeah. I have already said to you, but I guess to everyone watching that
Mm-hmm.
back in February I made a video that kind of skimmed over the timeline of up till February, basically. And there's been more that's happened now in my YouTube life. But there was a lot that I didn't really mention in it. And I was like, you know what, it's a good topic. I guess I could talk more about it on this.
Yeah.
So here I am now.
Woo.
Um, I guess before I really start,
Yeah.
do you have any kind of like questions? I feel like an interviewer today. Like, do you have questions about
Uh, I,
like
I
me with YouTube in general?
I guess the questions I would ask would be mostly generic, like the basics of what got you interested and stuff like that. Pretty much just the what everybody would like to know, which is pretty much the same question you would ask any YouTuber. Why do you do it? When did you and
This
stuff like
is
that.
such a start. From what I remember, well, if so I didn't really mention about the other channels that I had before everything really started. I was about say 9 or 10 at the time.
Seriously,
Yeah.
damn, that's early.
You can probably expect what kind of content I'd be pushing out at that time. So that's why I didn't even mention it. I kind of just got into doing YouTube randomly at that point, but it was until around 2011 that things got more of an understanding what YouTube was. Like, because at the time on those older channels, I think my first ever channel was something called Red Blade 4, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Like a really generic name,
Red
like
Blade 4.
which was terrible. And then I think I had something like Super Yoshi Productions afterwards or something like that. I don't remember, but it all really started when Slaughter Brother 2 became a thing. Now, the origins of that channel, which I mentioned, was that my brother made it, but he never used it because he at the time he wanted to get into YouTube, but he never did.
Right.
And then he was like, you know what? I'll just let you have the channel. You can do what you want with it. Um, so at that time, this is about I'd say 2010 to 11. Me doing utterly random content at the time. The one thing that I do remember from that was me getting into Minecraft and me doing Super Mario World ROM hacking,
Huh.
which I was absolutely terrible at. And I made some pretty awful stuff that I don't want to acknowledge anymore. And this was all before I was known as Sowhart and when I had the name of Corruptendo.
Corruptendo.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It just kind of did. Um, but after that was when Minecraft really started to happen. And at the time, I had this really terrible computer that had like 256 megabytes of RAM.
Ah.
So me trying to play Minecraft was nearly impossible.
Oh dear.
I don't even know how I was even able to play it, but I was. Yeah, I would play at like 5 FPS or something stupid. Um, but a bit after that, I was in secondary school, and I guess from here on out was when the point of YouTube becoming more of a big thing for me. Was when um, I guess to say that I wasn't really that popular in school. Like
Hmm.
I had like about a couple friends here and there. One of them mentioned that he went to a youth club, and I really just wanted something to do after school because I hardly was able to go out because there's not much to do around here, and so I asked if I can come too to this youth club.
Yeah.
And so I do. It was pretty fun there. I mean, I'm not religious in any way, so all the extra religious parts just flew over my head. um, but I met some people there, and then I met a person called Alex. He became a friend of mine, and then for a while we just were a bit like friends and buddies, and then he came up with the idea to start a YouTube group together.
Yeah.
And this is around the time when we had bought a new computer, which is the one that I'm using now, in fact. So it's been a good couple of years with this computer. um, we were doing Minecraft for a while, and I was like the main recorder because he had a laptop and he was unsure on how to do it. But we had this really weird little server going on, which was all going on my channel, which at the time was Little Brother 2. But then he decided that we should make a new channel specifically for a group. I was like, okay, sure. And then the next day he comes up with the channel called the Slaughter Brothers Cast,
Right.
which I didn't like that name at all.
It
I really
sounds
didn't.
really it's like, oh,
Demonic.
so what are you listening to? Oh, the Slaughter Brothers. What?
The Slaughter Brothers. But no, I really did not like that. And I think a couple days went by, from what I remember, and then I decided I really don't like this channel. I don't think it exists anymore, so that's a good thing. But I decided to like take the initials from Slaughter Brothers, so the S and the B, and create the SB cast.
Hmm.
So that was a completely separate thing, and I made that channel. Alex was still around. I almost said Alec there, who was completely in the future of everything. Uh, um, so me and Alex went over to there, but Alex disappeared after that because for some reason he had a mishap with his laptop and got banned from using the internet. So
Jesus.
nothing happened for a while, but then I took over basically because I wanted to do stuff. I really wanted to make this a thing, and Slaughter Brother 2 kind of died off after that because I didn't want to use it anymore. Um, but from there on out, it kind of grew into this kind of little teeny mini group of a couple of my friends. There was me, my friend Josh from school, and a couple of people. The main one that was more important of a person because he stuck around for the whole time of the group's existence was known as Emil. And then he became the main recorder because he had the best computer out of all of us. But he was really shy at first and he barely spoke. And it was until about later on when he started becoming all more talkative and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what I can remember is that we did this really weird Minecraft survival series, which was actually pretty fun from what I remember of it, from where it lasted off. And then people just came and left, which is a big theme towards everything that got me where I am here right now.
Right.
People coming and going. Um, so people kind of came and left, and it came to a point of where it was really just me and Emil doing content for a while. And so we decided to recruit people into the channel and figure out kind of people who'd be dedicated to want to do stuff like this. And at this point, we were kind of just chilling on Minecraft servers, and I had some falling out with some friends. People, other friends came in that I knew from the youth club, and it was a bit messy. I fell out with some people, as I just said,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe made a few enemies at the time because it's really easy to do that.
Oh yeah.
Being the owner of a group, it really wasn't easy. There was about I remember there being like 10 of us at one point, and it just wasn't easy to cope with. So for a while, it was just me and Mill doing content. But then after a while, we kind of rebooted that channel into a new group where it was just me and Mill, and then we opened up some applications for people. And so we had tons of applications come in, and one of them being Marv, who was the walrus of the group because he had a walrus persona, who I still have on Skype, but I don't really talk to him anymore, sadly. um, So he basically was the entertainer of the group because he had all the hilarious stuff and the comedy and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
he had the answer to everything, sort of
Yeah,
guy.
and he kind of brought the humor to the channel, and the group started to grow from that really kind of point, like the humor and stuff. I remember us doing a Minecraft Tech It series, which was really fun. I remember that a lot. Um, and he kind of just made it a lot more interesting to do because if it was just me, it wouldn't have lasted that long because I'm not kind of the humorous type. I mean, I can be funny, but you know,
It's tough to be funny though.
yeah.
It's hard to constantly crack out the jokes. It's
Mm.
tough.
Um, that didn't last long, and things just started continue on how it was. We grew more, and at this time we had made. Do you ever watch the person Tobuscus?
Yeah,
Do you remember his video? I can swing my sword.
I remember that.
Well,
That got popular quickly.
this is kind of how the channel kind of had a spark of popularity because we made a Minecraft remake of that video, and that kind of spawned tons of views and subscribers. But looking back at this now, I feel like these videos were not the way to become popular at all because you just get so many subscribers who come for that one specific video and they just don't watch anything else. And this is why I noticed tons of YouTubers who are big are having struggling problems with making other content. Specifically, say Five Nights at Freddy's YouTubers. They make all these FNAF videos, and when they try to do something else, they barely get views, and it's quite sad to be honest. It
Yeah.
makes me feel sad because I want these YouTubers to have good lives and stuff. Um, but that's not the point. So that video was out in a while, and we were getting tons of views from that. I think at one point it had about 100,000 views, but
Sweet.
that's not the best bit of these kind of videos. We brought more people in. Eventually, we had a person called Connor come in, who did a lot of graphics design, and this was all before the time when I was into graphics design, so I was pretty terrible at it. Um, so at this point, it became us four, just us four. There was just me, Mill, Marvin, Connor, um, doing all the YouTubey stuff, doing more series and stuff, and the channel kept growing, and eventually we came to a point when the Yogscast made Screw the Never.
Right.
And like we did with the Tobuscus video, we made a Minecraft remake, which is actually really well made, I must say. It wasn't a typical crappy kind of thing like another person did, because there was like a second version
Hmm.
that person made, but it was terrible. As was actually like had some animation in it and stuff like that, and that video got to 1 million views.
Christ.
Yeah, but as I
That's
said with the Tobuscus video, that's not the right way to go if you want to get big on YouTube.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Machinimas are a good thing to do, but just cashing off other people's stuff is not the way to do it at all. Um, I mean, it got us out there. We eventually got partnership, which was nice, and we were earning a little bit of dosh from the views, but it was not the right way to do it. So from there, just things went on. We did this Vault series, which I wasn't in for like most of it, and then eventually I popped into it near the end. It was really fun. That was to watch because it was mostly Marv making fun of Connor, which was the humorous part of it in a way. But Connor didn't like it, and he kept kind of rage quitting during recording. And I'm gonna come to this later, but that's a tiny little aspect as to what happened to the group, um, in a sense. Um, so we continue on doing our stuff. At this point, I'd say I've met a good dozen people who I would consider friends at the time. Lane actually being just a subscriber of us at the time, and then later making a Minecraft map for us, and then well, here he is now as a friend of mine,
Sweet.
which is something I like about YouTube, is that it's easy to make friends with people
Oh yeah.
if you know how to. Um, but later on, you can kind of meet lots of douchebags and stuff.
Oh yeah. You meet a lot more fucking turd nuggets along the bloody
So,
river. Ugh.
um, apologize if my voice sounds a bit weird, but yeah, it's a bit cold over here.
That's fine.
I think. And the same for you, because,
I am.
uh,
I am also in England.
England.
In Britland.
Gonna take a swig of my orange juice.
Stay hydrated, kids.
Mm. Yeah, I do feel a bit dehydrated at the moment. Anyway, moving on with the story. Basically, there was a third video we did. We made an ASDF movie remake, which was interesting because that got popular as well.
Huh.
Those three videos were probably our most popular, but on the side we were getting about 100 views a video, which was nice, which is okay, but at the same time, the amount of subs we had, it was not okay, because we did hit 10k at one point.
Wow.
But this was like near the end of the life of SBcast 1.0, as I call it. So that happens. I still meet a few people, but this is getting around the time of 2013. Just before I move house. Kind of. No, maybe. Yeah. Sort of. Point before that, I'd say about May of that year, 2013. Um, at the time, looking back now, I could have been a better owner, but looking back at it now, I've realised there's a few other quinky dinks about the situation that kind of happened, but there was kind of a point where Marv came up to me saying that he wanted to get rid of Connor.
Ooh.
Now, at the time, I liked Connor. I could consider him as a friend, and I liked what he did, and he was a good graphics designer and stuff like that. And while the group can have problems with certain people, the best way is to figure it out and fix it rather than booting someone out instantly.
Of course.
But I didn't know what to do. Because, you have two sides, you don't know where to go, blah, 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 and all that. And Marv kind of gets a mill on his side to get Connor out, and I don't want that to happen. So, in a way, I slightly warned Connor about it without mentioning the fact that Emil and Marv wanted kicked out.
Hmm.
And he was like, okay, sure. And then, from what I remember, there was one point when they were kind of talking in the chat, and to this day, my parents still like to turn the internet off at like a certain time.
Yeah.
So, there's a bit of an argument going on in the chat, so my internet gets cut off as well at the time. So there's nothing for me to do but to go to bed.
Of course.
And then the next day, I'll wake up, and the channel's gone.
Oh.
And also my channel's gone for some reason. I don't know how it went, because nobody had access to it but me, but my personal channel was gone for some reason as well. Because at the time I had the Sowhart along with the SBcast. Those two were gone for some reason. I didn't know how mine went. That still puzzles me to this day, but I was planning to reboot a new channel, but
Yeah.
that still puzzles me. So I go on the chat and I see Marv says it's all gone. Even Liam's channel's gone. So I'm like, what? Apparently the channel's all gone. Everything's gone. And I was really annoyed and upset. And so I asked what happened. And Emil comes to me saying that he sent a message to Connor saying that he's been fired, even though I never said that.
You just went under you.
They basically did it themselves. I never put the foot down, and they just did it. And Connor retaliated and deleted the channel.
Oh dear.
I only know that he deleted the main channel, but I don't know how about my channel got deleted.
It's maybe
Yeah.
it was a mix-up, but
Mm,
whatever. It's done now anyway. It's been.
I know. Yeah. So this was around the time when I had kind of just started college as well, and some friends of mine were happy with the fact that I was a big YouTuber and all that kind of stuff. And then just like the next day going to college, I'm just like, my channel's gone. It's gone. It's kaput. No more. um, but it was about, I'd say, a good few months after that, I was settling into my new personal channel, Sowhart Gaming, which I had for a while. I think did I? I don't think I met you when I was on that channel.
No, no. This
I
is.
don't
I
think so.
met. No, no. Because I remember watching a few of your videos, and you were mentioning something in one of your talkie vlogs
Mm.
about a past channel that was named the same but isn't. So I assume the one you're talking about is the one before we met, the So Hard
Yeah,
Gaming.
yeah, because that's the second one. This is the one I'm on now is my third and one that I hope to stick with. Um, Pardon me. um, so yeah, I was just like doing what I do on that channel, just doing ins and outs, whatever I do, just random gaming stuff. Because Let's Plays have always been this kind of thing that I've always done ever since I've really been on YouTube in my own time because I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I really missed the group. I really missed doing that kind of stuff because I felt that I could have gotten out there on YouTube, and that's still something I want to do to this day. Like, not so much now, but it'd be nice if I was out there doing stuff, even though YouTube's a dark and gruely place at times.
Yeah.
Um, so it comes to a point where um, I re-added Connor onto my contacts, and I told him everything. I literally like told him physically everything that happened, and he said that I had nothing to do with it, and we were still in contact for a while. I'm not in contact with him anymore because we kind of stopped talking. Um, that's kind of just what happens with this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But at the time, I really missed the group, and um, I kind of wanted to start it again and make a new kind of fresh start with it. And at the time, we got the channel back up thanks to some of the people working in YouTube, but most of it was gone. They were like half the videos were there, most of them were gone. None of the subscribers were back, so it was like back to square one, I guess. So this was the time of SBcast 2.0, basically. um, there were only about like a couple of us. There was me, Connor, and one of my friends known as Elliot, who I'm still in contact with, and I talk to him occasionally. We kind of started up the channel, and then Connor left because he had other stuff to attend to, because he had quite a busy life going on.
Yeah.
Um, so the group kind of formed. Once again, people came and left, and just continue on our merry way, just doing stuff and all that kind of jazz, doing random content, slowly growing up. But I felt that it didn't feel right, if that makes sense.
Uh, it's hard to say because I'm not in your situation, and I did try to be a group channel, but that never felt right with me. I preferred
Mm.
being solo. So I think I could kind of say I
Like
can understand the feeling of it doesn't feel right.
it kind of felt weird using the same group again in a new form after all that happened because it was like say like a time capsule in a way or
Yeah.
something like that. But then I kind of realized that the S and the B in the name never had a meaning. Like literally never. We never figured out what it meant, and so we decided to completely change the group, completely change the name slightly, and we kind of voted on it, and eventually it led up to what was known as the Spiffing Broadcast.
Oh, right. Yes.
So
Oh,
that's where it came from.
yeah. Wow. Origin story.
Origins, which That was quite an interesting run. It kind of started out with me, a guy called James, and a couple of other people. And I think Lane even eventually joined in because he wanted to help, and he became part of the group at near the end of its demise. Um, but that's just kind of a story of us growing, doing extra content, and more people still coming and going, making more enemies. I remember there was one guy called Void who basically I kind of wanted to do outside work on YouTube and help other people at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to help out another group at the same time while working with Spitting Broadcast, do some Minecraft Machinimas. And there was a guy called Void who was the owner of his own group, so I helped out with them. But this group was absolutely terrible, I have to say. I seriously don't care. It was terrible. The people just did not work at all. So I spoke to Void himself, said, "Your group's not going to get anywhere." I hate to say it, but these people are not going to work together. So I kind of invited him to my group, and the other few people who were committed to his group came over to ours as well. But we slowly realized Void's level of quality did not match ours.
Right.
Like, he had a really terrible kind of video quality. I've still got all the footage we had from recording one specific Minecraft machinima called Race for the D.
Race for the D?
Not the D you're thinking of.
Yeah, it just seems a bit. He must have thought about that. That
It was
seems.
it was meant to be like a saw piss take, in a way. We had Kermit the Frog as Jigsaw. The idea was hilarious, but the kind of way it was made was terrible. We had like no kind of like server plugins because of the way he set up the server, and we had this like big explosion at one point and it destroyed like the set,
Oh God.
and there was no way to roll it back because he was a newbie little child,
Oh
basically.
Jesus.
Um, so we felt he didn't fit in at all, and we put it to vote because at this time we said votes would be a better choice than just sneakily kicking someone out at the last second. But it's still kind of, voting is a bit unfair at the same time as well, in reality, how in the past things have been. But Void got fired, basically. He apparently, according to Lane, apparently he sent a voice message to Lane where he was actually crying,
Oh.
begging to come back in. But that's just not going to work in real life. That's
No.
just, you have to realize once you're fired from a job, you can't just get on your floor and beg to go back in, I guess. It's just
No.
not going to happen. So, he apparently Void went off and started his own channel called Two Brothers Play, which is like a complete rip-off of another channel. Um, I don't know if he still does his stuff, but I really don't care.
No. Just
Um,
better off not thinking about it.
to be honest, Lane really did not like him. He was okay, but he wouldn't tell us his name.
Huh.
Like, everyone else knew each other's name because that was fine. We were all considered friends and all that.
Yeah.
But not him. He was like, "I'm never going to tell you your name. You're going to have to guess it, blah, blah, blah."
Ugh.
And like, it was like stupid. It was all like, he had like £200, well, dollars because he was American.
Right.
He had like $200 at one point. He said, "I'm going to buy some more equipment." And the next day we find that he wasted it all on some crappy Minecraft rank and all that kind of stuff.
What? Oh my God.
So we were kind of annoyed with him, so that's his own doing, being
Jesus.
kicked out. Um,
Wow.
yeah, there was another guy called Dave who we basically needed a server to do stuff on, and so this person Dave came into the group and he let us use his server, but he just for some reason never trusted any of us with like op or creative mode or anything, so we couldn't do anything with stuff, so he didn't last long.
Oh God.
Then there was a guy called Def as like DETH.
Right.
He was okay at first, I have to say. He seemed alright, but then there was like one moment, just that one click, and he was gone.
Oh.
So it's basically what happened was like there was me, Lane, him, and I think another person who was in the group at the time. I don't really remember who, but we all went, and Lane and Def were still in the call, I believe. And like at this moment, like Def said something to Lane, which annoyed the crap out of him.
Christ.
Like it was something like, "I don't like you because you don't like the things I like," basically, something like that.
God damn.
And at this point, Lane came to me and I was like, "He doesn't belong in this group." So we kicked him out, and he retaliated by saying to Lane like, "Oh, you can't take a joke." But the fact that he waited for him to be in the call alone makes it not a joke at
Yeah,
all.
that's not a joke. That's malicious.
That's just no. um, so he goes. Um, we had a few people came and then just disappear on us, like without reason, which is
Hmm.
quite annoying because we had quite a few members who I would say could have been fitted into the group well, but they just kind of disappeared on us and never did anything. And then eventually they'd come back and say the reason, but at this point they'd be out of the group because if you're gonna apply for a job and not go in, you're gonna get fired. Um, so that's just basically how things went down.
Yeah.
There's about 3 or 4 people who did that, and that's also one of the little subjects of how I kind of changed my mind on what I really wanted to do with YouTube. So things just kind of went on their merry way. At this point, there was I'd say at this point this came to the last 7. I call it the last 7 because it was the 7 people when the group kind of decayed. Um, so there'd be me, Lane, Worth, Cal, Moose, and then Alec, and then Lydia came in last. Um, which I'd say that was a good 7. It was a good 7 of people. We were all friends. We all got along well at times. Of course, there was some banter here and there. I remember Lane really, for some reason, acting strange, but then he realised he had no caffeine or something like that, which made him go lopsy turvy or something like that. I don't really remember it, so Lane, if you do remember and you're watching this, elaborate what happened because I forget what happened. But you were really acting strange at that one time. Like you kind of snapped at Worth or something like that for some reason, but I don't know.
Oh dear.
Um, but things were going really well. Um, just stuff happened. We did some content and all that kind of jazz. Um, there was one point when I guess it was the same time when Lane kind of snapped at Worth that Worth pretended to leave, and I actually thought he left. I was like, wait, what? No, like, no, you can't leave. I like you. And he's like, nah, it's alright. I'm just pretending. It's like, okay,
Oh, you little
you
shit.
sneaky bastard. So yeah, that kind of happened. Like everyone was shocked and thought he had left because he was like a person who did recording for the group, and although he didn't have the best mic setup, he was still pretty alright. Um, but things continued. We Lydia joined back in December, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure around December. That's when I met her, I guess. And we just continued. We did a Christmas special, which took me ages to edit, and I got a headache during the process of that because it was really annoying to edit. We lost most of the footage for the opening sequence, so we had to scrap that entirely. But it was fun to do nonetheless. And February, I'll jump to February because that's ironically when I made that video. That was around the time when the group died.
Oh wow.
Basically, I'm not really sure what happened, but Worth actually did leave for a reason. And at this point, I just lost it.
Oh,
I gave up trying because I just looked back at all the attempts, all the people who came and left, everything that I've done since 2011. I just lost it, and I just was like, I want to do something different. And at this point, I had tons of inspiration from a lot of Let's Play channels who were like tiny group Let's Play channels, such as Super Game Brothers. Those are a big inspiration of mine, and Game Grumps.
hmm.
And from there, I spoke to Lane and Lydia saying, "Do you want to maybe put this in the bag and start up something different, just something we can have a nice chill channel with?" And so from there, we kind of put the group. We kind of said a nice goodbye to the group channel, and we made those three gamers.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the extension of what has happened since February to now. Um, that those three games didn't last long either, actually, which is a little bit annoying because I was hoping it would have lasted a while because the concept was good, the people in it were good, people in it, well, I thought were going to be committed, but I really kind of hate talking about a friend behind their back if it's considered that. But Lane, for some reason, did become inactive. Like when we'd record something with him, he'd say, "Okay, I'll edit this and get this up tomorrow," but he never did, and he kind of made me get a bit annoyed, and the group kind of fell apart. And then ultimately, those three gamers died, and then me and Lydia made what is casually gaming now.
Mm.
And I guess that's kind of like how I got to the casually gaming point, and I'm hoping that casually gaming actually kind of continues on for a long time. Um, but at this point, I am currently thinking of completely rebranding my personal channel into something completely different that I hope gets me somewhere and then also gets casually gaming somewhere,
Mm.
so that things are good on both perspectives.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my point of where I've got to now. The version 2 of where I've been and how I got here on YouTube.
Version 2. Ugh. Neat story. Ugh, neat story.
Mm.
Could have done with more dragons, but
Had a few
good.
dragons in there, but
Oh well. It just shit happens. I was gonna do some sort of consoling or some crap like this happens. It's awful,
mm,
but can't be blamed. Nobody can be blamed for this. So everyone's got different ambitions and goals.
yeah. But one of the things that I just remembered that I didn't mention, when the SBCast 1.0 died, looking back at it now, because this was just nearly before the time I moved house. When I did move house, I had no internet for 3 months. Looking back at it now, the group would have died anyway.
Hmm.
There was no way I could have prevented it from dying, because even if I did prevent the incident that happened with Connor and all that, the group would have lasted a little bit longer until I moved house. Because I know something would have happened during the time I had no internet, and I would have come back and everything's gone. But
You got a point there.
yeah.
My God. So, would you say then? Obviously, recounting all of this, a lot of it has become a bit of a like a grey memories. But would you say it was worth it?
Well, yes and no. I don't know. Well, I've met quite a lot of amazing people in my time of doing YouTube. Heck, I've even got a girlfriend from doing YouTube, which is a plus. It's kind of hard to say yes or no or pick an answer for that kind of question because there's a lot you can kind of go back and fix maybe or try again. But YouTube is mainly a big trial and error place, I guess.
Yeah, it really is. It takes forever to find what makes you you.
Hmm.
And it took me a long time to realize that too. But when you find it and you're comfortable, it just feels right. And I hope that's what's happening with you as well. It's just like hopefully you're finding your shoes.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what the many years have been like. I've kind of touched upon many different aspects. I'm actually I'm actually thinking of attempting to do my own kind of version of, like Cadacarus.
Ah, right.
There's Cadacarus show. I'm thinking of trying out my own kind of review-esque content on my channel, starting off with a delightful little pile of poop called Train Empire, which hopefully should be an interesting run.
Well, we could talk about a bit more once you're done eating. We'll just cut out the part with all
This is going to
the.
be here a while, so I mean, I don't mind if you might have some munchies in the background of the audio.
Well, we could have a. I could have a segment that's like the uncut version.
No.
Just.
No.
Oh God! I get some cheeky views. Pretty much upload the same thing twice. Just.
You should like put some like sassy music over it, just like
Oh, I'm totally doing that now. That's a fantastic idea. Oh God.
like that really stereotypical like saxophone song thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's totally worth it. Oh God. So then, what is it you're actually doing at college?
BTEC IT. I'm going on to my level 3 in September this year, which I think might be my last year as well. I think.
Sweet. Yeah, that sounds right. Because level 4 is university. Unless they do a program for that. I know my college did that. There was a. If you didn't want to move, they did level 4 at the college, which was kind of neat.
Oh no, really. Last year was really stressful, so I don't know what to make of this next year coming up.
Oh, education's bullshit, man. It's such an ass.
I just want to sit at home and play video games.
Yeah, me too.
Video gems.
Well, I'm kind of heading towards a career where I have to play video games, so that's going to be interesting.
Video gems.
Video game.
So how did you get into YouTube then?
Me. It's a pretty long story, but then again, they're all long stories, aren't they? Alright.
Mine pans over the space of like 5 or 6 years.
True. I'm trying to think my earliest influence.
When I was 5 years old.
When I was 5 years old, there wasn't a thing called YouTubes. It was all about the mumble grump. Whatever the fuck, I don't know. Okay, I think I remember. I was aware of YouTube, but I had no idea what it was, why it existed. I was only just getting into the interwebs.
That's similar to me then, basically, with my first channel.
Yeah, I was just... I don't know what I was doing. I was just farting around, just watching copyrighted, stolen versions of Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit like that.
I think I kind of remember the kind of content I put out on my first channel. I can kind of see my 9-year-old self now. Oh god. I think like I was using Windows Movie Maker and like really using that crappy like split effect to make it look like there's 2 of you on the screen. I was like, oh no, I have an evil twin.
Oh god damn.
But like at this point now, I've got like 50 different personas of the same character, so you know.
Well, yeah, that took a while for me to get right as well.
There's me. There's Sowhart. There's Sowhart. There's Enderheart.
Enderheart.
Yeah. That's me again and again. There's too many me's in this world.
Many me's. Try to. Okay. What actually got me started into really getting into YouTube was my friend pointed out the Yogscast to me, and I knew about YouTube, but I didn't know about like the Let's Play community or internet celebrities. I thought YouTube was just a format to watch television shows that I missed. And then they showed me the Yogscast, and the first video I watched was, I think it was episode 3 of Survival Island back in 2011.
Did you ever think they'll continue with Shadow of Israel?
No.
I was thinking about that a couple of days ago. I was like, what if they actually do another episode? Maybe I'll
I
start to watch them again. Maybe
I
not.
bloody hope so, because yeah, that's
How
the.
long has it been? I think I was using my netbook the last time I posted an original
I
episode.
think it's been over 3 years.
Jesus Christ.
I think. I mean, yeah.
Is it really that hard to rebuild a map?
No. No, it's not. Especially with the tech that they have and the people's experience that they have, it'll
They
take
have
no
like,
time.
yeah, but see, that's what I mean. They have like fucking gold-plated York towers.
It's fucking. They just don't want to do it, and they're not angry because
Actually,
it's.
though, like that reminds me, like for the longest period of time in the SPcast, whenever we had the gag of if we ever got big, we'd buy out the plot next to York Towers and make the York Towers twice the size, with a disco on the top called the SB Towers,
Oh my god.
with like a patio on the roof, like chilling, just like staring over at York Towers, going, "Yeah, look at us, bitch."
Fuck you. Oh my god. That would piss him off something rotten. Jeez.
But can we do a collab?
Gold. Oh,
We did get some Yogscast fanboys being like, "You've got cast in your name, you must be a Yogscast fanboy."
yeah.
Like, no, they didn't create the cast.
No, cast is a very old thing.
You hypocrites.
Yeah, I mean, they were the first to do, not the first, but they were very early to do some of the stuff. But they weren't the first, for crying out loud. Radio was around a lot. People know radio exists, right? It's not. Fucking
Fucking
Jesus.
foreign concept.
What's a radio? Well, once I started to get into it, I did get inspired into wanting to create a YouTube channel, but I had no idea how to do it. Then I met a wonderful lady at college who is now my better half. Yeah.
This is Sega Pit.
Mrs. Sega
Now
Pits.
there's two pits. Be careful not to fall into either of them.
No, there's too many.
Ooh, ooh. It's weird. It's a weird idea, but I was watching the Roystar video and how you were saying if you run out of Sega content, moving on to something else. I was thinking, in my head, I just could see like a video of you posting an animation of you escaping from the pit and then falling into another pit.
Oh Christ! Yes, that's actually pretty funny. I like that. God, it's gonna be years from now though. Oh God! I recently purchased today 3 new games to mess with, so that'll be interesting. But
Pitfalling simulator.
it's funny enough, one of the games is actually called Pitfall.
Called it.
You called it right off the bat.
I'm watching you.
That's grim. I'm gonna put my webcam down. There we go.
Can still see you. I'm in your
Ow.
cupboard.
No, fuck that. I used to have nightmares about that. I used to have nightmares about stuff in my closet, cupboard, whatever.
No, FNAF 4 happened.
Ugh. God.
This is a nice closet.
Fucking hell. God, FNAF. Can't believe that. God. It's amazing. It's such a simple concept. And boom, instant fame.
Like, it is a shame that like there are these YouTubers who just can't not do FNAF content.
Yeah.
And then when they don't do FNAF content, they get haters saying, "Now you're milking this." Like, no, I'm not. And then they go back to FNAF content, and then you get the same haters saying, "Stop milking FNAF and do other stuff."
You can't win. You can never win.
It's come to the point where I've been in a live stream watching a popular YouTuber cry, and I felt bad for
Oh
him.
my God.
And I wanted to just say, "Can I help you?" I didn't get a response. It's like I want to be friends with like a big YouTuber. It's just what I want to do.
Yeah, it would be fun, but I convinced myself a long time ago because I wanted to really talk to Yogscast Martin for a while. Well, Littlewood before he became that. But as the time went on, the initial intention of finally speaking to the guy sort of left me, and it was like it would be interesting, but it's not really something to be excited about.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're just another human being.
Exactly, that's all they are, and they probably got lives as boring as ours. It's just they just work.
Twitter's an interesting thing, but there's a couple of large YouTubers who are following me for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know. I like the fact that they follow, but some of them don't even interact.
it's just why.
I mean, one of them interacts when you actually speak to them, but the other two haven't spoken to me at all. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, they're following me, and what?
And now what?
I mean, it's the same for YouTube as well. Have you heard of Zombie Wars SMT?
That rings a bell.
He's subscribed to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What the?
I'll send you a screen. I'll send you a screen cap.
I wonder why. That's
Most popular. No, not most recent. Most popular. Stop moving. um, I'll read you the list of my top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 5 most popular YouTubers. You got Zombie Wars SMT with 189k subs. He's one of those people that's on about who is stuck doing FNAF content. No matter how much he wants to not do it, he still gets haters doing so. I remember watching a Dorko video, if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
He did a Mario Maker video. It was like his second Mario Maker video, and he had comments saying, "Oh no, so now you're milking this." It's like, no.
Oh god.
And then second, I have TL Game Master, which I'd like to talk to him at some point because he has commented on one of my videos a couple of times, and it'd be nice to be friends with him because I know that some of my friends are friends with him as well, which is interesting. But
Yeah.
he's got 40k subs. Then you have Novabox or Vinny, who was part of Smith and Broadcast, with 25k subs, which, not gonna lie, he doesn't deserve because he got that from FNAF, and he doesn't do FNAF anymore, so does get no views at all. And then you've got Nevis Paradox with 24k, and then Online Winner, who I have on Skype and talked to a few times, and he's got 10k.
Sweet.
10k subs, which I could have, which I had at one point, and felt like a god, but but now it's just nothing. Yeah.
Well, the only two like big-ish or bigger than us YouTubers and big enough to get outside deals at least are the. He's no longer called the Sega channel anymore. He's called iRetro Gaming. He's a very nice man. He commented on my videos a couple of times and he gave me some hints and tips. And also, I'd like to think we're still friends, but it's hard to get him because he's so busy because he's a freelance artist and he's got it's being a freelance anything's tough.
Yeah.
Andrew Dickman, and his channel is called Electronic Heroes, and he's bloody good. He is bloody good at what he does, and he's a fantastic animator and artist. But he's, like I said, I wish I could talk to him more often, but every now and then I can only squeeze in a comment on his Twitter when I can. But apart from that, he's always away. It's a shame, because I remember doing an interview with him on this channel when it was branded as something else, and it was really fun to talk to him. Really fun. It's...
There is always a kick out of getting to be able to have a conversation with a popular person, maybe get some notice from them.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. It's interesting talking to anybody, really. Especially if they've got good stories and interesting perspectives that don't conflict with yours too much. It's, I do remember, I'm not going to say who or how much they're associated with me, but I was talking about the gay marriage thing. You remember when Obama forced America to be gay marriage okay for the whole of America? I was just talking about that casually, just like, well, it's taken so long, why, and all that stuff. I'm not against it, and just, avoiding the hate. But there was this person I was talking to who simply just couldn't get their head around how people can be gay. Like, it was a scary concept to this person.
Hmm.
I was like, you being serious? It's only the same as, you loving another man, but instead it's another woman. It's easy to picture in your head. And it was just like, no, no. This person was like, no, it shouldn't happen.
I'm guessing they were probably like a really strict religious person.
They are part of a religion, yes.
So I was right there.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know if strict. This person's quite,
I
I'd
mean,
say
it varies. You can get
he's quite in the middle.
you can get some strict people, then less strict people, and then people who are chill. I like the chill people.
Yeah, I prefer the chill people better.
They don't get up in your grill about stuff.
Yeah, they don't tell you what you should think.
Or like you're just standing in town and some guy walks up to you going, "Have you read the Bible?"
Yes! I got
Yes.
bored.
I got bored halfway through when the Velociraptors came out of nowhere and gave away that Jesus was gonna die.
Can't wait. Bible, the movie. 10-part series.
Actually, speaking of like Scott Cawthon, I didn't know that the Bible had mechanical death robots in it.
It's a funny thing to overlook. It's
Because before Scott Cawthon made Five Nights at Freddy's, he was a religious game maker. He made a lot of Christian-based games, and one of them is called The Pilgrim's Progress. It's amazing.
Really?
Not for the like, it looks weird, okay, but Scott Cawthon's pretty good at making models and stuff for animatronics and robots and stuff like that. Not so much humans because they do look a bit weird. But it starts off normal, like you'd expect it being a religious game. Then you get to one point, and suddenly you're fighting against this gigantic robotic thing called the Soul Dozer.
What the hell? Sounds like
Yeah.
a Dante's Inferno kind of boss.
It's amazing.
Oh my god.
But then he went on to make the Desolate Hope, which is fantastic. It's not religious at all, but it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And your profile picture has given me flashbacks to playing that.
Oh.
Because of the blue little lines in the
Yeah,
background.
the 80s kind of.
Basically, that game's like a platformer / RPG, and the RPG element is like the quickest, flashiest thing you'll ever see in an RPG game ever, because there's so much going on at once, you don't even know what to do when you first play it. I was like that, but now I understand the game a bit more, and it's still challenging because where I'm at in the game, everyone just like one-hit KOs me.
Oh. Whoops.
So maybe you should try that at one point.
Yeah, I'll give it a look-see. It should be funny.
It is fun. But because Five Nights at Freddy's overshadows everything that Scott has ever done, everyone looks back at these games and go, FNAF reference. FNAF reference. This game
Yeah.
came out before FNAF.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
Muppet.
I don't think people understand how references work.
It's
not.
It is kind of bad because in the first kind of, well, you play in simulations in the Desolate Hope, but the first one you go to, the first thing you see in the background is a giant mechanical bear building.
Right.
And that's why everyone keeps saying FNAF reference.
Mm.
Because Freddy Fazbear.
Pretty fast bears.
Just because it looks like him doesn't mean it is him. He could have just taken some inspiration to make
Yeah.
Freddy from that random bear building in the background that you don't do anything with.
It's just how it is. Just how it is.
Fan bases are bullshit.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Oh,
You can love them or you hate them.
you can't live without them, but you can't love them.
You can't win.
No, they're gonna be
And
there.
they just don't die.
Oh god. I've not met a single fan base that's... Well, I've met some that are okay, but they're the kind of fan bases that would encourage those kind of people. Like, a friend...
Sonic fan base, one of them.
Fuck the fan base of Sonic.
Oh.
I love Sonic, but for crying out loud, that Do you know that new game they released? What is it? Sonic Dreams Collection.
Uh,
Oh my god!
That's amazing.
It's so good. It's so good, but it's oh,
Some bits are a bit cringy, and like
so it's
that
Joe.
one specific bit where you can see Big the Cat, and then you fall out of the you know what.
Yeah, the goo. Oh god, it's such a fucked up game. Oh my lord, but yeah. I don't want to do a video on that. I'm gonna try to avoid it.
Oh my god, you claim that you're the Sega pit, but you haven't played Sonic Dreams Collection.
I don't want to play it. I shouldn't have to. Oh,
It's like you're gonna make like there's like a room in the cave, of the Sega cave. It's like a room for like forbidden games. It's
forbidden
in
art.
there, boarded up.
There's actually a few of them in there. There's some of them are just like, this shouldn't be allowed to live. This is. I was going to put '06 in there, but it looked at me with its big eyes and I was like, oh, you just done for. You're just misunderstood. So I put him back on his pillow. And then he bit me, little shit. So, yeah. I'm constantly digging. It's getting pretty big. Yeah, it's
It's no
getting
longer a pit. It's now like a gigantic. I bet you should change the name eventually to the Sega Great Cave Offensive.
great case offensive.
For some reason, like if like you ever like got into like animation, I could kind of see your channel kind of slightly changing to like how the Lonely Goomba is. Like, you ever watched him?
I've heard of him, Lonely Goomba.
He's like his channel's aspect that he only plays Game Boy games because he's the Goomba in Super Mario Bros. Who's stuck between the two pipes.
Oh, right. I see.
And the aspect of his channel is that one day Mario comes along and drops his Game Boy on the Goomba, so he plays Game Boy games for the rest of his life trapped between these two
Oh, that's interesting.
pipes. It's actually really well set up. It's like animated and all that. It's actually pretty a good watch. I could kind of see like your channel evolving into something like that, but to do with falling in a pit and
That's
being
interesting.
stuck down there.
I
Or
like
like
how.
somebody falling down the pit and you like, hey, you fell down the pit.
Yeah, fuck you. And then
Like
just
with a top hat on and
and just cover it up.
stuff.
the
The Sega what now?
the Sega rape. That's especially built. I'm just not gonna go any deeper into that.
The Sega Death Pit.
This Sega dungeon.
Well, the thing I like about your description is like it's set up like a animated intro kind of thing. Like, oh, don't fall down this pit. Otherwise, if you do, you'll be surrounded by gaming gems. So I think I've already mentioned this to you before, but it's in a way like a double negative. That's the right term. It's like you don't want to fall. Don't fall down this pit. But if you do, you're going to be surrounded by amazing gaming gems.
Yeah, but if you do, you're stuck down here, which is what's happened. Really.
Unless you get bored of Sega and then you crawl out of it.
That's
somehow.
never gonna fucking happen.
You find Samus's suit and you perform the that specific technique where you like jump off a wall and then get more fall into a hole on a ceiling. You just shoot back up top. Yeah.
But jokes aside, though, I'm never gonna get bored of that company. I'm
gonna stay down here forever.
been brainwashed into liking the company, dude, at an early age. That's it. It's all it is. When I was a kid, it was when my mother played Sonic on the Mega Drive, and I'd watch when I was a little babby. And fun fact, my first word was Sega, and it wasn't.
Sega. What?
It was amazing.
Say, mommy, Sega. It's like 20 years later.
Yeah.
Say, mommy, no.
No. But yeah, I've been brainwashed into liking that company, but it's not a bad brainwash. That could have been worse.
It's better than like just kind of twat like for you first.
Fucking hell. Oh god. I played FIFA 15. It's so funny. The glitches are even better. It's so good. I swear to God, they keep making them worse and worse as they keep going. It's incredible. Oh, I just.
Speaking of pits, if I ever get around to doing Sonic before the sequel. I don't know if you want to join in on that, because I'm planning on doing most of the Sonic games on Casually Gaming, starting with Sonic 1, which I'm probably going to do by myself. But, pardon you. But I don't know if you want to join in for before and after the sequel, because I know I was doing the marathon, which is no longer existent, because I'm doing it all on Casually Gaming now. You might be getting a certain two-tailed fox falling down a certain pit. Oh,
Scratch his head with curiosity.
yeah.
Using
Yeah.
paperclip.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd be into that. You
Mm.
pieces. Oh God,
Delicious plain nachos.
delicious crushed corn, baked.
Yeah.
But one of my friends actually pointed that out to me. Like, the name is like a metaphor for how I've sort of pushed myself. It's like, it is about Sega, and I've called it the Sega Pit, but because of that, all I can really do really is the majority of Sega, because
Unless you dig for the gold.
unless I dig and fucking die of the heat, just
Eventually I'll find like some sort of like sauna down there.
just poke my head down. What the fuck is what?
How do you get internet down there?
Just lava people just on there.
I'm guessing you have a computer down there and then you have like a wireless cord that goes through the hole up the top.
Oh yeah, I'm actually stealing electricity from I don't know who. As
Hitler.
I guess so.
Hitler's
He's
ghost.
he's my next door neighbor. He's
Hitler's
actually
ghost.
he's in another pit.
The Hitler.
He's still alive.
We have like a cemetery full of pits. Yours just happens to be like in it somewhere.
Yeah, mine just happens to be. This was an accident. I didn't ask for this.
Sure. So how did you fall down the pit then?
I thought it'd be really funny to go outside and masturbate into the wind,
What?
and I lost my footing, and I just thought, oh, that's fine. But I actually just got sucked into a
Took off like a kite and
sinkhole. I got tugged into a little sinkhole dick first, and it's it was, and then it just all collapsed, and I fell down here, and I was like, oh shit, this is bad.
Well, bottoms up.
To this day, I still haven't found a pair of trousers that'll fit me. So
What about the ones that you were wearing the other day?
I've grown out of them.
No.
Smells down here.
Hmm.
There's a couple of flares down here. I've not thought to use them. It's
I thought you had like premium lighting or something, like crystallized lighting, like
yeah, I do. It's pretty.
cave offensive.
I'm fine down here, but
Maybe you'll come across that like final boss,
Oh.
and then you'll get out
and then,
with the random elevators that are there.
well, just this happens to be an elevator down here. It just takes me up.
Well, around the Great Cave Offensive, you beat the final boss. There's like 5 elevators, and you get back to where you were.
Maybe this is my fate. To find an elevator.
Stanley Parable. It doesn't go anywhere.
God, that would piss me off. Actually, though, I do have a plan to get out of here. Eventually, when I'm done with all of this, I'll stack them all up to make stairs,
And then you'll fall off, you break your neck,
and die. I did it. Oh God.
Oh shit.
I think that would be the least of my words. If I fell and broke my neck, I don't think I'd be lying there.
Oh god damn it.
Oh shit.
Oh damn it.
It's a pickle.
It was like a really like over exaggerated like crash bang noises and like and then I just hear just ow. You're just
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
The palpacy.
I just happened to find Palpatine down here. It's also why are they even It's nothing but evil villains down here. It's just I've got Hitler next door. There's Palpatine underneath me, and he keeps. He's like he keeps puts me off every now and then.
Do it.
I'm trying to. He actually a good source of motivation when I feel like I can't edit a video. It's like he takes over. He's been watching those Shia LaBeouf videos, and he's just do it. I'm like, you're right, Palpatine. I can't do this. Like, yes,
your dreams come true.
Make your dreams come true. That'll make you stronger.
I have no idea where this is going. So it's gone from me actually talking about the topic to discussing the pit itself. The origins of the pit. Well, somebody just put a bomb there, and it went bang, and there you go.
There we go. It's actually a lot simpler than a lot of people think it is. Oh, there's no
The Sega crevice.
what? Sega crisp.
The Sega crevice, not crisp.
The Sega cleft.
What? You dirties.
Yeah.
No. A dirty mind is a dirty kind. Say that a bit.
Oh god, I shouldn't have made that cleft joke. I just tapped it in. Oh dear. I feel bad now.
Wait, so you confirmed a robot that types what you say rather than just say?
Well, sometimes I say shit and I feel as though that's not right.
Oh, it's just not right at all.
This isn't right at all.
Hi guys. Oh, that's just not right at all. That's
Qubit. No. Wrong. Greeting. Oh god. So
would you say that the first virtual memory that you did was the best one?
I
There
don't
was
know.
more virtual memory than any of these ones have been. I mean, you had the first one, which was an interesting watch, then you had mine, then you had Lane's, and now this one.
Well, that's how it always starts, I've noticed. You're looking back on them. It starts as a step back into our memories, and then bullshit. Even with not Lydia, excuse me. Even with Lizzie, I was expecting great things from her, and halfway through we just started talking about nonsense, which I'm not angry about. It's just us.
I went into a coma. just suddenly just really dark.
I know, it's like, oh.
Last week I went to a totally coma. I like Game Grumps animate.
Game Grumps. Man, I do not envy them.
Then the kind of what casually game is kind of like it's a mix of Game Grumps and SGB likes to play Super Game Brothers. Mix the two.
Mix the two, you get some stew. Tastes like dick.
It looks like ketchup.
New sponsor campaign. Looks like ketchup, tastes like dick.
It looks like ketchup, tastes like ketchup, but it ain't ketchup.
It ain't ketchup. I'm fine. It's if you never told me, I would have eaten it anyway, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Oh god.
And you get Game Grumps and the Super Game Brothers, and you put them in a stew and mix them up. You get dick.
You can do that with any YouTube channel. It's like, okay, you get Boogie29968, a pinch of Markiplier, and you get cock. Just, oh god, could you imagine the splice of them two?
I've got a bad one. You get Smike and you get some milk. You just get milk. Oh.
Great. What the?
He's an okay YouTuber, but he does milk FNAF like a. That cow is probably like skinny and shit.
Skinny and shit. It's probably not alive. They probably knocked
Dick.
it out. It's dick. It's like it's right on the milk.
I can't do it anymore.
We just need to squeeze one movie out of you, then that's it. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't believe they're making a movie. Every iteration I've seen.
It could work. It could work.
Oh God, I hope.
They are using real animatronics apparently.
Oh,
Mm.
that I did not know. That's...
And it is being made by a fan, so
Hmm.
that's 2 pluses.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt and say it's okay. 10 out of 10. Too much water.
What the fuck?
Let's do one scenario that me and my friend Joby came with. I don't know if you've been watching our Tomb Raider anniversary series on Casual Gaming. Plugs. um, like we just randomly because it basically let's say the Tomb Raider anniversary series is Game Grumps. It's just Game Grumps feel that one is because
Game Grumps fuel.
it is just random with us spouting random Rain Man noises and Rhinoc calls and Michael Rosen quotes mixed into like just randomly just going nice. And they keeled over and died. But it is a pretty funny watch, to be fair. But we came to a point where I got stuck, so we had to call up a walkthrough. And Joby just instantly went into like this like trope of a person called Walkthrough, who's his friend. Is like, so Walkthrough, how's your life been? Like, oh, your father IGN's been giving you some shit. So apparently, you have Walkthrough, her mother's called Guide, and and the father's called IGN. It's like, oh, 10 out of 10, bang. You're just over exaggerating.
Oh my God.
We just have sex and argue.
What the fuck?
And the cycle repeats. That's probably what it's like to live with IGN.
Oh God. We do. God, I hate IGN. Oh God. Oh. Just stop.
Back in a bit again.
Right. Oh my God.
What?
Nothing. This is gonna be interesting.
Did I just startle you?
Well, a little.
I've been saying it for like 10 seconds.
Really?
I went, yeah.
All right, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, but...
Totally underwhelmed noise, just nothing. The fuck were we talking about?
I don't know.
Something to do with. All I remember is Pinch of Dick and Markiplier. That's all.
Well, I was talking about the IGN story.
Oh yeah, IGN. Blow my day then cry. God damn.
Probably the randomest one you've done so far.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. This is slowly gonna turn into what was gonna be an integral idea for talks. Is now just come join me and talk about butts or whatever.
I do remember one thing. Well, I guess it kind of like, in a way, is not advertising, just supporting Lydia's work a bit, because she's getting into doing music.
Ray.
And she's actually pretty good at doing that. I listen to her stuff quite often. But she did into a bit of rap. Just a good thing. But there was one song that she did, and she mentioned Lizzie's story in it.
Oh.
So she kind of skimmed over it a bit, and like because of how people think video games are evil and satanic and shit. She kind of like was like, oh, why don't we think about the person who got through cancer from video games?
Did you
use that in the song?
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think she mentioned it to her as well. I remember her tweeting it.
Oh my God! I actually remember this. Yes. Yes. Yes, I do know the song. Because when she sent it me in a message, like, just as chatting. And yeah, I didn't realize it was. Oh my god! Wow, can't believe I forgot about that. That was a.
I mean, I didn't quite know what was going on. Then she like asked me to listen to it and see what I thought. I was like, ah, so that's what it was.
Wow.
You sneaky little devil. Maybe might be interesting to get her on here. Maybe.
Hmm.
Idea.
Yeah.
Maybe. She's
Well,
up to it.
yeah. I gave her an
You're
invite.
gonna be on this show.
Oh god. God
I don't
help
know.
her.
It's up to her, I guess.
Yeah. It's up to anybody. You can send in requests. I'm very lonely.
Down in this pit.
Just don't.
No.
Just don't piss down here.
Bottoms up.
It's where I get my water. There's only one source. If you urinate in that, it's ruined.
Then you realise that all the water you have been getting was your.
I don't drink in my piss. It's it's different. I know where that's come from. I know what I eat to get that.
Secretly, you've been crawling out of the pit to get food, and then just crawling back in.
Listen, that's not it. No, you can't prove that.
He's like, huh?
You can't.
I can watch. I can see.
You can't watch anything.
I'm in the pit too.
Oh yeah. What am I doing right now?
Wanking.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. You got me.
That's how you got in the pit.
Seriously, yeah. Anybody who thinks that's going to be a fun time, don't. It's you get your dick stuck caught somewhere.
Well, it's like those instructions on Clear got dick caught in ceiling. What? How?
Oh, it's possible.
It's like how to make a cake. Dick caught in ceiling.
How to make cake. Get flour, sex with it.
Put a dick in ceiling. Profit.
How to make money. Penis. Profit. Oh,
It's just become really vulgar.
yeah, it's just dick jokes. I might put a warning in this one. It's like penis related.
Just warning.
Just penis. Oh, God. Look at the world.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's my
I
fault.
apologise, everyone. Everyone thought I was mature, but you know.
No, no one is. No one's mature.
Uh,
Oh, God, my jaw hurts. There's-
my dick.
Shut up about the dick. Oh, God, at least it's not as bad as boy pussy. It's
A dolphin spy the movie. What?
Dolphin Spy the movie.
Hmm.
At least we're going on a new topic.
Have you heard of the Lion Guard?
No.
Like a TV show for the Lion King.
No,
I
no.
thought it was Lion King 4, but it's just a TV show. But it looks interesting. I mean, it ain't no beat the shit out of Scar, but you know,
Yeah.
one of my like prized possessions for Kingdom Hearts 2.
What the fuck was that for? Jesus.
Well, I love that boss fight.
God damn.
Playing as a lion, Sora beating the shit out of Scar. Actually, the funny thing is, in the film, The Lion King, when Simba smacks Scar in the face, he like falls about 10 feet or something like that. In Kingdom Hearts 2, he falls down fucking Mount Everest and then just climbs back up again like a matter of seconds.
Just Scar, dude.
Mm.
He's like Lion Hitler.
Lion Hitler.
He is. Didn't you? Oh wait, no. Is that song still in the I think it is. Yeah, it's like the song where Scar's singing or something, and all the hyenas are doing the goose step. It's like that's fucked up.
Wow.
God damn. Well, I think we may have drained this resource.
Yeah.
So, if there's any,
We've resorted to dick jokes.
yeah, it's become. It seems to be a running theme. An hour and a half seems to be all I can squeeze out of virtual memories lately.
I think kind of, I guess you kind of need to maybe, uh,
think-
probably have like more than one topic to make it longer.
Yeah, as I realise that's lazy. It's yeah. I think next time I'm going to prepare.
Or have like multiple people.
Yeah.
Something.
Spoilers. This isn't professional. Yeah.
If you're expecting a professional podcast, you're at the wrong place.
No podcast is professional. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
They're all-
And as the one that I tried to do back in the group days was terrible.
it's all just
It began with yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I think we should wrap it up. Unless you got any final thoughts.
I don't.
Thank God.
My mind has been drained.
Ugh.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, Bonnie Easter.
Merry Summermas.
Don't look up boy pussy. Goodbye.
What?